What's up, everybody? I'm Jeremy from Tech Designs, and we are at it again. We are gonna do some like myth busting, figuring out what works best. So I have this Chevy Duramax, and I absolutely love this van. If you have not seen this, we built this for SEMA 2021. I'll put a card up here. You can go check out all the killer videos of this getting built. However, when I built this van out, I put a set of awesome 35-inch Maxxis tires on there, and right away I noticed the difference. And when I'm towing things like this, and going to the desert, taking the kids to the racetrack, I definitely noticed a loss of power. So now I am in search for something to give me more power, whether it be a programmer, engine modification. So if you've done something to your 6.6 Duramax, I would definitely love to hear what you have done to it. I know that it seems like there's not a lot out there compared to like when you look for stuff for the 6.6 in a truck. It's like, man, you can find all kinds of things just everywhere on getting more power and stuff, of that nature. When it comes to the van, because it still has that 6L90 transmission, it seems like you just kind of, don't have a bunch of choices. So I really want to figure out what I can do now, because I do have another option, which would be doing gears in this. However, I know that that is a huge price difference from doing gears to doing a programmer. Maybe that would, solve my problem. I don't know. First thing we're gonna do though is we're gonna go tow this trailer. I'm gonna see what it weighs, and then I wanna show you guys where we're at, and then after we find a programmer for this, what it does different, so we can really look at the data to see, yes, it's worth it, or no, it's not. So that's all I got. We're gonna go, let's go weigh this thing. Come on, we're out of here. All right, so we got our total vehicle weight, which we're coming in at 14,660 with the van and trailer hooked up. So after we do this, what we will do is actually bring the van back, weigh the van by itself, so we know exactly the weight that we are towing. So you can tell this is kind of a lengthy process. So you guys better give this video a big thumbs up and smash that subscribe button. Let's go see how this thing tows. So the first thing is what we're gonna be doing is we're actually getting on the freeway right now. So we're gonna look at overall acceleration, getting up to speed of 55 to 65 miles an hour, and kind of looking at how long it takes to get to that speed with no modifications. Another thing we did do is put this into tow haul mode, which is located right here on your dash. Because we did go to those 35-inch Maxxis tires, our speed is going to be off on our speedometer. So we do also have our phone going here to tell us when we get up to speed. So as you can see right there, I'm at 50 miles an hour on the speedometer, and I'm at 57 miles an hour on the vehicle. Almost at 65, and our RPMs are at 1900. Now this is just would be like normal cruising on the freeway, which, is not bad at all. I'm gonna get really good gas mileage. Actually, I think it says like 10.
Oh my god.
Now the big thing is we do have a hill coming up, so that's gonna be the fun part, seeing as what it does pulling this hill. So right now we are approaching this hill. We'll see what the percent of incline this hill. I want to say it was like a 7%, but it's a nice long hill, so it should really give us an idea of how this is going to tow going uphill. So you can see we're dropped down to about 61 miles an hour. We're at 2,500 RPMs. You can hear that it did downshift to really try to be able to pull this hill. And I mean, I'm completely floored right now. I got nothing else. The only other thing I would be able to do technically would be to downshift, and I don't want to do that. I'm just going to run it all the way out in this gear, and this is going to be like a 5th gear, not in overdrive right now. So now the other fun part is going down the hill. With this size trailer, I don't feel like I have too much of an issue with braking. We don't have a brake controller in here. I'd be curious to know, like, if anyone has done a brake upgrade to it that they find really made a big difference, because that would definitely be something I would enjoy doing later on in the future. Now I know when we go back to the shop, we're going to hook up the Big Pig, and that trailer is a lot heavier. That trailer is over 7,000 pounds. So it'll be neat to see what that does, but also knowing that it does feel like it starts to push the van a little bit more. Having a little bit more braking would definitely be a plus. Big Pig, ready to go. Let's go to the weigh station. So we have the new weight. We are at 16,280 pounds, almost 2,000 pounds heavier with this bigger trailer on it. This is gonna be fun. Let's see how it tows up that hill. So now we're cruising almost to 65 miles an hour, and we got 1,900 RPMs doing 65, and Grandma's gonna cut us off. It started raining, you know. California, people can't drive, a little bit of rain. Everybody slows to 40. All right, so as we approach the hill, we're 67 miles an hour at about 2,000 RPMs. So now let's see what we can do going up it. I feel like it's holding pretty strong at about that 60 miles an hour and 2,400 RPMs. So the top of the hill, we're at about 57 miles an hour, 2,300 RPM. Not bad, and keeping it all in manual or in automatic mode, not shifting at all. All right, well, that was a lot of fun towing two trailers up the hill. Now, I guess we should really get a baseline and see how the van is gonna tow, not even tow, how the van drives up the hill without anything hooked to it, because we may find that it doesn't even notice either trailer really at all, and still does perfectly fine, and maybe it's all just in my crazy melon. Who knows? One more trip up the hill. Gotta go drop off a trailer first. All right, guys, so there it is. So this is it. So 8940 is what the van weighs by itself. That's pretty awesome. I haven't done a weight on it since we did the build out for SEMA. So let's go see how it drives by itself. We got up to like 65 like nothing. So right there, guys, so 7.4 miles per gallon is my average on this Chevy Express 6.6 Duramax 4x4 with 35-inch tires, which is not great gas mileage. So the other part of wanting a programmer for this is not necessarily just the towing, but I would really like to get better gas mileage. And to make it even worse, since my speedometer is off by nearly 10 miles at 65, that means that number is actually worse. So not super excited about that part of it. I would really like to get better gas mileage, and I feel like even with Velocis, that 6.0 gas engine, I got better gas mileage than I'm getting in this 6.6 liter diesel. What do you do? All right, so before we got killed by this cute Transit Connect, we were doing about 75 miles an hour up it, no problem, running maybe 1,900 RPM. So, and probably could have gone even a little bit more if there wasn't traffic. So definitely a big difference, you know, 10 miles an hour between towing and not towing. Now that might not be a huge thing, but it'd be nice if maybe we could do a little bit better. So it'll be interesting to find a programmer that works for this 6.6 Duramax. Big box, little box. Dude, look at this. So excited for this to come in. This is our programmer that we had to search high and low for our diesel van. Now the fun part is I get to read the directions, act like I can read, and then let's try installing this thing in our SEMA build. All right, so this is my first time ever doing this. I did call customer service at DuramaxTuner.com, talked to a guy named Sean there, was super helpful, actually walked me through the whole process, and we are downloading the light towing tune onto the vehicle right now. We also talked to him about possibly doing a heavy tow tune, which would be really nice because I'm always towing, you know, 10 to 12,000 pounds with this van. So definitely looking forward to this. We gotta wait, doesn't give us a timer. We're gonna let this download and then we're gonna drive it and see if it makes a difference. It'll be, can't wait, I'm excited. Day 2 of this craziness that we were doing here at WeldTech Designs. So we have put the programmer into the van and going to go test this out because we want to know if I'm going to spend money on something, is it worth it? Well, we know that when we spend money on like a bumper from WeldTech Designs, of course, it's worth it because it's awesome. But we want to know, is a programmer going to make a difference? This van still has the stock gearing in it and it's on 35s. So we have robbed some power with those 35s. And I'm hoping this is gonna make all the difference in the world, but I won't know until I get behind that driver's seat and do some driving. Let's go. All right, so we are getting on the freeway, and the first thing we want to check is kind of like the overall pickup of it. It's kind of weird, but maybe it's that placebo, but I definitely feel like we're losing cameras here, guys. I mean, we're already doing 45. I feel like that picked up pretty quick, and it could be me, but I definitely feel like it shifted smoother through the shifts. We are going to be getting on, so right now we are on the freeway again. So right now the speedometer says 60 miles an hour, and we know that we are about 8 miles an hour off, almost 10 when we hit 65. It's definitely really responsive. I mean, you hit the gas and now you bump up your speed really quick. We're gonna come into some oncoming traffic that doesn't want to travel as fast as we do, but well, the real test is seeing how this is going to work going up this grade. That's what's going to be important. Now, once again, this is the light tow, and I look forward to doing the heavy tow as well, because we know that currently what we're hauling, you know, I mean, that's over, you know, 7,500 pounds, so that is quite heavy. So right here, we're starting to hit the hill. The big thing is how do we maintain our speed going up it, and then what is the speed at the top of it? Do we lose a lot? So it'll be interesting to compare the two pre-programmer and now with the programmer. Well, there it is. That's the top of the hill. One thing I noticed is that it never did shift down. It kept in that gear, and it looks like we kept it right about 70 miles an hour in real time and 60 miles an hour on the speedometer. So that was pretty nice. Definitely seemed like an improvement. We're going to head back. We actually brought the programmer with us, and we'll try doing a heavy haul tune on it now, seeing if that makes a difference. All right, so we are going to take our spade controller that we have here, and we're actually going to turn the engine off. We're going to put a new program in it and see how it does on the same hill. Let's see how simple and easy it is. So now what we've done is we are putting it on the heavy tow mode. So it actually took the old program out, and now it's putting in the heavy tow mode. So now we get to sit and hang out. All right, so we have put the new heavy tow tune in it, and now it's time to take it for a drive. And here's the little tip. Make sure your key is on 2 clicks when you put the program in. Otherwise, you're gonna be sitting, waiting for a little bit longer than necessary. Let's go drive. So this will be fun, getting on the freeway and trying it out. This freeway on-ramp has a little incline as well, so it'll be neat to see just how fast it picks up, I think, on this. We are in tow haul mode as well, and we are not in a manual shift mode either. So that's pretty nice. By the time we're at the top of the off-ramp about to merge, we're already doing 65 miles an hour. Definitely a difference, because I know when we hit the top of this on the way up, we were just right at 60 miles an hour on the speedometer doing 70, and now we are doing 70 miles an hour on the speedometer, which means we're really like 78. So man, that's a pretty big difference of nearly 10 miles an hour going from the light tune to the heavy tow tune. even going up the hill, I can still accelerate. Going up the hill on the other side, I lost all the momentum due to traffic. But even slowing back down, I was still able to pick up my speed again and get going faster than we did with the momentum in the light tow tune. Still just wants to pull, even going up the hill as we reached the peak of this hill. That was pretty nice. It'll be interesting to look at the numbers across the board between, you know, no tune, light tow tune, and heavy tune. We do still have another trailer to pull, which should be a breeze really now. I mean, I don't even know if we need to do it. We see with this heavy trailer on there what a difference that makes. What a difference this DuramaxTuner.com from Calibrated Performance made in waking up the 6.6 Duramax in this Chevy van. And what was really impressive is the difference between the light tow and the heavy tow tune in there. You really could tell a difference towing this big pig trailer. So I think that was definitely going to be worth the money spent in order to get a lot more power out of it. I'm sure you could even get more power out of it, and maybe you have a 6.6 Duramax. Enlighten me on what you've done to make this even better. I think the next step for me might be doing gears in it. I know that made a big difference when I did Velocis. I added a set of 456 gears. Now, will I necessarily need to go to that low of a gear ratio with this? Probably not, but you never know. Sounds like a whole nother video that I will be doing for you guys, talking about gears and lockers in your Chevy vans and what else, you know, maybe, you never know, doing all kinds of fun stuff. And if you find that interesting, make sure you smash that subscribe button down below and come back next week where I'll have another video on a van, a motorhome, something crazy that we're building right here at WeldTech Designs. Other than that, guys, I'm Jeremy from WeldTech Designs. I'll see you guys in the next video.